What's up, guys? It's Chachi Power here to do an unboxing for the Getter robot, Getter Poseidon from Fewture EX models. I've had this for a few days already, but I've been away at a toy fair with Collection DX. Just got back last night, so while the videos are rendering for Collection DX, I figured I'd do the unboxing. So I am a little tired, which is why I'm not very animated right now, but we'll get started. So we're going to go ahead, cut the tape. Alright, so if you bought all three, if you guys are following the Getter releases, if you buy all three, you get the special weapon set, which some people are getting, some people are not. A lot of people are getting them inside this box, even though they don't order all three. We'll see if this comes with the set or not. And it does. Alright, so it does. It does come with it. Alright. To avoid yourself any problems in the future, make sure you order from a reputable place like BBTS, which is where I usually get all my stuff. Unfortunately, at the time that I placed this pre-order, BBTS didn't have it up. Otherwise, I would have gotten it with them. But yeah, so I'm glad that came. No troubles, no having to write to Japan and all that stuff. All right, so let's pull out the main box. So here it is, black on the outside with the orange lettering, and like all the other ones, it comes in a plastic bag. So I'll go ahead and take the bag off. We'll look at this, the slip cover and the actual box itself. I was kind of thinking this would show up in a yellow box, not orange, since the other one showed up in a red, a basic blue. And since this one is mostly yellow, I figured it would come in a yellow box, but as you can see, there's orange to it. So take a look again at the front. Here's the back, nothing there. The sides are the inner box, which we're going to take a look at right now. Let's get the sleeve off. Alright, and just like the other ones, it does have that little monochrome design here, which actually shows the core piece there, and you'll see the logo on the bottom. And like usual, all the other boxes, it's a thick, glossy box. Very, very nice. All right, and as usual, you got the vacuum going on in the box here, so it's kind of hard to get off. All right, so from this position, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. It's got the usual cardboard flaps here and the instructions, right, which are always in black and white. You would think at the prices you pay you would get a nice color glossy instruction booklet, which isn't really necessary. I mean, it does a job, but it would be nice since lesser priced figures have very nice instructions. And then I just got to cut the tape on the styro here. Alright, once you got that cut, you don't have to cut all four. You might want to, actually, I probably should have cut it here since the handle is right there. So, I guess I will cut all four. Alright, and here he is, hidden behind all these wonderful pieces of styrofoam. So we're going to take this one off here, take this one off. Wow, it's actually a pretty big set. The boxes seem to be the same size. I don't have the other ones here to compare, but the boxes do seem to be the same exact size. Got to get all this styrofoam off. Alright, we'll get the main figure, which is nicely protected in a lot of plastic. Here he is, guys. Alright, and then we just got to take the lower legs out down here and put them together. So give me a second while I do that, and I'll show you guys the figure. And as I do that, I just want to show you how they protect all the die-cast bits. They'll have this slid right under there so it doesn't bang up against that. Then we have another piece which I guess is wrapped around the chest doors here. You have the arms also. Alright guys, so here he is. The only thing I had to do is attach the lower legs and the face. Which, by the way, when you guys see the review, I got to show you something, I don't know, that to me looks really stupid. But I won't get into that right now. That'll be for the review. But the first complaint, and I can sort of understand now that it's put together, it's really, was expecting the legs to be metal. The feet are, and so is the top part of the legs here by the knee. I had to stop for a sec because I was feeling it and almost didn't feel like metal, but it is. So you got the kneecaps here and the bottom of the feet, but not this big section, which I was really expecting that to be metal. And the way it's molded, the different pieces here, without getting too much into it, it could have been done. Maybe they did it because it's already heavy enough. So a lot of die cast in this, regardless of whether or not this is die cast down here. But I will get into this, and I'm sure I'll get into it more when I start looking at it. For the price points that these things hit, there should not be any imperfections. Especially very visible spots. Like, you know, if something back here, you know, was a little off, okay, I can understand you don't really see it. But right here, this red chest plate, there's at least in my experience, when this happens is when dust falls while you're painting. The dust gets stuck into the paint here, which is normally fixable. You wet sand it and you polish it. Apparently, they do polish. You can tell because you see polishing marks, which is another thing. If you're going to polish it, don't leave polishing marks. There's a lot of areas that are not as shiny as others. I didn't really see this in the other two getters I have back there. But this one seems to be rushed. There's fingerprints on it from the polishing. You can see the wheel when it spins on the paint, but it I don't know how to describe it. So the paint is rough. It's got like orange peel to it, right? So when the polisher goes over it, it doesn't polish whatever is the sunken in part of paint. And this is at a microscopic level. So you can see that here because there's little indents and pimples that sink below the part where the polisher is going, and normally that would be removed if the person polishing it took their time to do it right. But apparently these are being rushed, and there's a chip on the foot here. So again, I always go back to saying the same thing. There's a lot of people that really go out of their way. As a matter of fact, I had someone going off on me back and forth in messages how Fewture is a superior manufacturer of robots. And in some sense they are. They go a little crazy sometimes with the metal and stuff like that. But the overall thing is the look. You know, it's one thing you hold it nice, right? But the very first thing and the very last thing you do is look at it. So you look at it, pick it up, think, wow, put it down. You continue to look at it. It has to look good. And at this price point, there should be perfection. If Bandai can do it on super mass-produced figures, you know, compared to this, I'm sure this is a low run. That's why they're expensive. But all the more reason for each person at the factory to be careful and release a superior product. As far as I'm concerned, Fewture, at least with me, has built a reputation of building very expensive, very beautiful figures with lots of problems. Finish-wise, at least. I haven't had any break on me, but finish-wise, there's a lot to be desired. Especially, you guys see my collection. I have a lot of stuff, mostly Bandai stuff, and their stuff is always 99% of the time spot on with paint, no mess ups, and their stuff is produced quickly and in much more quantities than this. But overall, awesome. Finally got the third one. This was a nightmare to save up for, a nightmare to buy, hopefully a dream to own. I understand a lot of you won't be able to own these because of the price. So I should consider myself lucky, and I am. I do consider myself lucky enough to be able to own these, but at the price they should be a little bit better. But really quickly, show you the ratchets. You can hear those. Got the nice ratchets in the knee. Got the nice working pistons. Very cool stuff. The other features like this thing raising, show you the inside, will be left for the review. But I figured at least let's do the unboxing, talk about it for a sec. Get you prepared for the review, get myself prepared for the review, and yeah, that's it guys. If you have any questions or comments, even below, stay tuned for the review on this